Mo kí ẹ̀yin èèyàn wa pé ẹ káalẹ́, ẹ tún káàbọ̀ sí ìkànnì iléeṣẹ́ wa náà tí lovely beautiful fashion designer Omita Couture. Ọ̀pọ̀lọpọ̀ tẹ́ máa ń béèrè kí ni nọ́mbà Omita Couture, kí a fún wa ní nọ́mbà náà kí ẹ̀yin tí ẹ bá fẹ́ láǹfààní àti kọ́ńtáàtì Omita Couture ẹ lè láǹfààní àti pè wọ́n. Mo kí ọmọdé, mo kí àgbàlagbà, mo kí arúgbó, bẹ́ẹ̀ ni mo kí gbogbo ilẹ̀ Yorùbá. Nọ́mbà Omita Couture fẹ́yìn tí ẹ bá ní interest pẹ̀lú àwọn aṣọ tí à ń wọ̀ tó jẹ́ ti ìgbàlódé, +234 813 852 8588. Òun náà ni nọ́mbà tí ẹ lè láǹfààní àti fi bá Omita Couture sọ̀rọ̀ fẹ́yìn tí ẹ bá fẹ́ reach out sí Omita Couture. Once again, we'd like to welcome you to today's broadcast tonight as we continue our conversation and also as we continue our discussion on quite a lot of things that is needed. So the number once again to reach out to Omita Couture is +234 813 8528 588. I'll call the number one more time. +234 81 38 52 85 88. And this is Koikimedia, bringing the world closer to your doorsteps. Once again, Mukiwa Kwekale. Quite a lot of things are happening, a lot of development, especially lórí ilẹ̀ Yorùbá, lórí ọ̀pọ̀lọpọ̀ àwọn nǹkan tí a ti ń sọ àti èyí tí a sì tún máa bára wa sọ. Mo lè sọ fún wa pé a balẹ̀ sílùú Ọ̀yọ́ nílùú Ìbàdàn, precisely ní ọ̀dọ̀ bàbá wa olóyè Dr. Chief Sunday Adéyẹmọ Ìgbòho Òòṣà, kẹ́mi ọláògùn, kọ́lọ́run Elédùmarè kó jẹ́ kí a jàǹfààní bàbá náà pẹ́pẹ́pẹ́ bí ọ̀pọ̀lọpọ̀ náà ṣe ń jàǹfààní àwọn tí wọ́n ń sìn, torí gbogbo wa náà la ní nǹkan tí à ń sìn, ẹni tó jẹ́ Kristẹni àtẹni tó jẹ́ Mùsùlùmí àtàwọn oníṣẹ̀ṣe, olúkálùkù wa la ní nǹkan tí a gbé kalẹ̀ tí à ń sìn. Àwa ò sìn olóyè o, àmọ́ a dúró pẹ̀lú olóyè tí a dẹ̀ fi tọkàntọkàn tẹ̀lé lẹ́yìn gẹ́gẹ́ bí ẹni tí a gbà fún, gẹ́gẹ́ bí aṣíwájú wa, gẹ́gẹ́ bí ẹni tí ọba Elédùmarè gbé fún wa ní sáà yìí. Bọ́ kí a tó máa tẹ̀síwájú, mo fi ti ọba Elédùmarè mo máa fi kí ẹ̀yin olólùfẹ́ wa o pé ẹ tún káàbọ̀ sórí ìkànnì iléeṣẹ́ wa tí wọ́n ń pè ní Koikimedia. Èní ní ọjọ́ kẹta nínú oṣù kẹjọ ọdún 2026, the 3rd of August 2026, as we continue our live discussion and our live conversation regarding a lot of things that pertain to our existence as Yoruba people today. So once again, while we continue to have a lot of conversation, a lot of discussion, we are also continue to talk about the future of what we believe the southwest of Nigeria, that is currently the Yoruba land, should be. But wọ́n ní bí ọba ti mọwọ́ wẹ̀ á di dandan pé kó bá àwọn àgbàlagbà jẹun. Bí mo ti ṣe ń sọ fún wa pé ìlú Ìbàdàn tí a balẹ̀ sí, a lè wọlé kí a má kí àwọn tí ó jẹ́ àwọn kábíyèsí wa nílùú Ọ̀yọ́, nílùú Ìbàdàn, ní Òkè Ògùn, níbi tí àwọn ọba aládé tí wọ́n pọ̀ rẹpẹtẹ. Nítorí pé tí a bá wo Ọ̀yọ́ state is a big state in the southwest of Nigeria, and it also has a big impact in also who we are today, because it has a lot of history when we look back to the state as well. So tonight, let me first send my greetings to Kábíyèsí wa, Bàbá wa Aláàfin, the Ikú Bàbá Yèyé, tí mo ní Kábíyèsí, mo kí yín o. Èmi ọmọ yín náà ni, èmi ọmọ yín tí ẹ mọ̀ bí ẹni mọ̀wó, tí wọ́n ń pè ní Koikimedia. Mo ń kí yín o Kábíyèsí. Ẹ jẹ́ bá mi wo YouTube yẹn tó bá wà on, because I can't see either it's live or not, and it seems the network is not helping us tonight, but our manager. Mo kí Ikú Bàbá Yèyé Kábíyèsí, mo kí gbogbo àwọn olórí, bẹ́ẹ̀ ni mo kí gbogbo àwọn tí wọ́n jọ ń tò pé kí ó bá dá, kó má bàjẹ́, nítorí pé ìdí kó má bàjẹ́ ni àwa Koikimedia tí a tẹ̀lé bàbá wa Ìgbòho Òòṣà náà ni a dúró lé lórí. So my greetings to the palace and also those that are working with Kábíyèsí. I'm not sure whether Kábíyèsí is currently in town, but Kábíyèsí, bí ẹ sí nílé, èmi ọmọ yín wọnú ìlú Ọ̀yọ́, kò ní wá dáa kí mo wọlé kí mo má kí Kábíyèsí wa, mo kí wa o. Bí mo ti ṣe wá ń kí bàbá wa Aláàfin náà ni mo lọ, bẹ́ẹ̀ ni mo kí bàbá mi, bàbá lálùbáríkà. Bóyá màá láǹfààní àti rí wọn àbí mo ní láǹfààní, màá máa sọ pé Kábíyèsí o, mo kí yín. Bàbá wa Olúbàdàn ti tèní, bàbá wa Kábíyèsí, mo kí yín o as well. Thank you so much for the love and for being there for us as Yoruba people, especially the role tí ẹ play towards the release of our brother, our father, and uncle, a husband, and someone that has been the bona fide face of Yoruba people across the globe. Because tí a bá wo ilẹ̀ Yorùbá, I think it should be back now, let's check again. Tí a bá wo ilẹ̀ Yorùbá lénìí, a rí pé èèyàn kan náà ni orúkọ ẹ̀ ló ń tàn káàkiri gbogbo àgbáyé. Kò ń ṣe pé a ní nǹkan méjì ju pé ká dúpẹ́ fún Ọlọ́run Elédùmarè, ọba tí ó dá gbogbo ẹ̀dá. Ẹ̀dá kọ̀ọ̀kan tọ́lọ́run dẹ̀dá, ó dá wa dáadáa, but a máa jura wa lọ tìjàkọ́, a máa ní àǹfààní jura wa lọ. Kò wá ń ṣe pé a fi ń dẹnu ní ilẹ̀ káàárọ̀ òjíire tèní, lókè òkun, ní Áfíríkà, ní 7 continents of the world. Àfi ẹni tí ó bá náà wọn mọ̀ pé olóyè Dr. Sunday Igboho Òòṣà tí mo jẹ́ gẹ́gẹ́ bí agbẹnusọ ẹ̀ ló máa fọwọ́ parẹ́ nílẹ̀ Yorùbá lénìí. Nígbà táwọn tó wà ní northern part of Nigeria gan mọ ẹni tó ń pè ní Sunday Igboho Òòṣà, bẹ́ẹ̀ lọ́rọ̀ ni àwọn tó ń bẹ ní south east àti south south. But bí mo ti ṣe ń kí bàbá wa Olúbàdàn ti tèní, bẹ́ẹ̀ náà ni mo lọ sí gbogbo àwọn ọba wa ní Òkè Ògùn, tí mo fi lọ sọ́dọ̀ bàbá wa Olúgbọ́n. Mo ní gbogbo ìgbà tí bàbá bá wọ London látinú airport ni bàbá máa ké sí èmi ọmọ wọn pé mo ní ìṣàbẹ̀wò fáwọn tó ń bẹ nílùú London ní United Kingdom. Bẹ́ẹ̀ náà ni mo ní kí n kí ẹ, ìyẹn Koikimedia. So mo kí Kábíyèsí bàbá wa Olúgbọ́n, kí ọba Elédùmarè kó jẹ́ ká rí yín pẹ́. Mo kí bàbá wa Sàn Ògbómọ̀ṣọ́, bẹ́ẹ̀ ni mo kí gbogbo àwọn ọba wa ní òkè ògùn. Mélòó ni gbogbo àwọn ọba tí a fi máa dárúkọ, mélòó gan la gbé sórí? Àfi kí a máa dúpẹ́ lọ́wọ́ gbogbo yín ní gbogbo ibi tí ẹ̀ka ilẹ̀ Yorùbá wà tí ẹ ti ń bá wa manage, nítorí pé ẹ̀yin gangan ni ikọ̀ Elédùmarè tí ẹ̀ ń bá wa manage àwọn èèyàn wa. Torí pé kò sí nǹkan kan ju pé ọba ó ba lórí gbogbo nǹkan, àfẹni tí ẹni tí Ṣàngó bá fojú ẹ̀ wọlẹ̀ a máa bá wọn bú ọba kòso. Irọ́ ni, ò tó bẹ́ẹ̀ láyé. ìwọ kọ́ ló máa bú ọba kòso, torí pé ìwọ gan á mọ̀ pé rẹ́rẹ́ márùn. Ẹ má bínú fún connection, ara tí a fi ń mọ̀ pé láìpẹ́ láì jìnnà, nígbà tí a bá ti ń sọ fáwọn gómìnà wa pé kó túbọ̀ jẹ́ kí investors wọlé dáadáa, kí gbogbo ilẹ̀ Yorùbá kó wà very well connected. Torí pé níbi tí ilé ayé délé ní, tí yàn bá sí online, tí kò ní adequate internet services, businesses máa wà affected. Hotel wọ́n need internet, ilé iṣẹ́ kọ̀ọ̀kan ló need internet, àti pé kí ó ní in tí ọ̀pọ̀lọpọ̀ máa lè fi subscribe, because ó wọ́n. Bí ẹ bá wo èyí tá à ń lò, a ní sọrúkọ ẹ̀, but ẹ̀yin náà ẹ wo nísìn, owó ńlá ni a fi rà á, àmọ́ kò ṣiṣẹ́ bí a ṣe fẹ́. Kò ń ṣe pé ohun àwọn náà wọ́n need more infrastructure láti fi jẹ́ kó ṣiṣẹ́ ni, and ìdí tí kinní yẹn ṣe ń lọ tó ń bọ̀. So ẹ jẹ́ ká jọ manage ẹ̀. Nígbà tí mo ti kí gbogbo àwọn ọba wa, mo lọ sọ́dọ̀ bàbá wa Ọọ̀ni òrìṣà, kábíyèsí o, kábíyèsí o, Kẹ́mi Ọláògùn, nítorí pé ní ọ̀la a máa dé Ọ̀ṣun, nígbà tí ẹgbẹ́ ìrù ẹkùn tí wọ́n máa launch ẹ̀ ní Ọ̀ṣun state. Mo kí gbogbo àwọn tí wọ́n ti ń ṣe ètò, àwọn tí wọ́n ti lọ ahead, àti àwa tí a máa bá bàbá wa Ìgbòho rìn lọ́la lágbára Elédùmarè. Àmọ́ àní dé Ọ̀ṣun ká má kí bàbá wa Ọọ̀ni òrìṣà, kábíyèsí o, Kẹ́mi Ọláògùn. Mo kí gbogbo olórí, mo kí gbogbo àwọn ọmọ ọba lọ́tún lósì, mo wá lọ bẹ́ẹ̀ mo kí gbogbo àwọn ọba wa tó ń bẹ nílùú Ọ̀ṣun. A kú palẹ̀mọ́. Tí a bá wá ń tẹ̀síwájú, mo fi ọba Ọọ̀ni òrìṣà, mo fi kí gbogbo ọba aládé ilẹ̀ Yorùbá pátápátá láì yọ ẹnìkankan sílẹ̀. Tó ká tó máa tẹ̀síwájú, mo kẹ́yìn tí ẹ jẹ́ èèyàn wa náà, tí ẹ ń bá wa fi ẹ̀mí bá lọ, tí ẹ ń béèrè ọ̀pọ̀lọpọ̀ ọ̀rọ̀. Àwọn ọmọ Yorùbá, àwọn ọmọ ìrànmọ́ aládé, àwọn tílẹ̀ Yorùbá jẹ lógún, tí wọ́n ń béèrè pé kí ló máa ṣẹlẹ̀ sílẹ̀ Yorùbá, àti pé kí lọ́nà àbáyọ pẹ̀lú gbogbo awuyewuye tí ó ń lọ nílẹ̀ Yorùbá. Arìnrìn láti ìlú Èkó títí dé Ìbàdàn, tí bá sọ fún yín pé arìn, irọ́ ló wà ńbẹ̀. Àmọ́ ọkọ̀ ó jẹpo, torí pé ta bá ní kò jẹpo, irọ́ náà là ń pa. Torí omi kọ́ la máa rọ sínú mọ́tò, epo ni a rọ sínú mọ́tò. Mo kí gbogbo iléeṣẹ́ Koikimedia tí àwọn ìkànnì ẹ̀ tí wọ́n ti balẹ̀ sí ìlú Ìbàdàn láti tẹ̀lé bàbá wa Ìgbòho dé Ọ̀ṣun lọ́la. Kò ń ṣe gbogbo wọn náà ni a jọ dé sí ìlú Ìbàdàn, àmọ́ ìwọ̀nba wa tí a jọ dé pẹ̀lú tí mo jẹ́ ọ̀gá wọn, àti olórí náà tí ó tẹ̀lé wa, nítorí pé Koikimedia tí ó bá ń dún, ká máa dúpẹ́ fún olórí. Mo kíyà tó bí mi lọ́mọ, kọ́lọ́run bá mi fọ̀run kẹ́yà náà. Nígbà tí èmi àtolóyè ta sọ̀rọ̀ dọ́dọ̀ alájà àtàwọn tí wọ́n jọ wà ń bẹ̀, àfi ká dúpẹ́ fún ọba Elédùmarè. Mo kíyà wa jagun, mo kí gbogbo ẹ̀yin màmá dáadáa, ẹ̀yin màmá lálùbáríkà, ẹ̀yin bàbá lálùbáríkà, ẹ̀yin brothers mi, ẹ̀yin sisters mi. Ẹ máa béèrè pé Koiki kí ló tún mú wá fún wa lálẹ́ yìí? Appreciation náà ni mo mú wá. Kí ló ń pè ní appreciation? Èdè òyìnbó ni, àmọ́ a fẹ́ fi sílẹ̀ nítorí pé gbogbo tá à ń ṣe ni ó ní footprint. Mo kí ẹ níbẹ̀, wàlátà nílùú London. Ọba Elédùmarè ò ní jẹ́ ẹbọ, ọba Elédùmarè á máa bá wà pẹ̀lú ẹ. Mo wá lọ bẹ́ẹ̀ mo kí gbogbo ẹ̀yin tí ẹ wà ní UK, ní America, ní Asia, ní New Zealand, ní Turkey, ní gbogbo Africa countries tí a wà. Ago kan náà ni a jọ ń lò pẹ̀lú London, ago 10:30. Mo dẹ̀ fẹ́ jẹ́ kó pẹ́, nítorí pé ìrìn àjò tí a tún máa rìn lọ sí Ọ̀ṣun lọ́la kí a lè tètè láǹfààní àti sùn díẹ̀ torí ilẹ̀ náà kì í pẹ́. Mo kẹ́yìn tí ẹ ti wọlé o. Nàìjíríà ni mo wà tó ń pè ní location 9. Bẹ́ẹ̀ ni kò ń ṣe pé Nàìjíríà ti da tó bí a ṣe máa sọ pé ó ń dùn yànmùyànmù àbí ọ̀pọ̀lọpọ̀ nǹkan tí a máa fi máa parọ́ fúnra wa torí iṣẹ́ ń bẹ nínú Nàìjíríà especially nílẹ̀ Yorùbá. Káàbọ̀ sínú ilé wàlátà. Mo kí bàbá mi wà rí ìjìnàdù, mo kí ẹ̀yin tẹ́ ti wà ní orí ìkànnì tí ẹ ti jókòó lẹ́ẹ̀kan ṣe má bínú fún nẹ́tíwọ́ọ̀kì tí ó ń ṣe ségesège. Ẹ jẹ́ ká jọ manage. Ẹ̀yin tẹ́ wà lórí TikTok mo kí yín, ẹ bá mi power tap. Ẹ̀yin tẹ́ wà lórí Facebook ẹ bá mi share. Lóòótọ́ ṣe ni ọ̀pọ̀lọpọ̀ tẹ́ ń béèrè pé gbogbo bí nǹkan ṣe ń lọ nísìn àti pé kí ni ọ̀nà àbáyọ. Ọ̀nà àbáyọ àkọ́kọ́ òun ni pé ká kọ́kọ́ ṣe appreciation fún ẹni tí ó jẹ́ ọlọ́lá jùlọ. Wọ́n dẹ̀ sọ pé béèyàn bá tẹ̀sí jù ẹ lọ tó o bá gbà fún ẹ kàn máa jà náà ni. Á dẹ̀ sì máa fi àgbà wọ̀n ẹ́ àfi tí o bá tètè jọ̀wọ́lẹ̀ díẹ̀. Ìyẹn ni a ṣe ń dúpẹ́ fún, ẹ má bínú, bá mi fi kóòdù yẹn sílẹ̀ nǹkan sí. Ìyẹn ni mo ṣe ń dúpẹ́ ní gbogbo ìgbà. Kódà sísítà mi kan pè mí láti Germany, wọ́n fi ohun ránṣẹ́ pé kí ló dé tí àwọn ń gbọ́ lórí ìkànnì wa pé a tún kí President Tinubu pé ṣọ́ ti fún wa ní ìta ń fẹ́ ni. Mo ní tí President Tinubu ti fún wa àfi ọmọ Yorùbá tí kò bá nínú tí kò bá lóye ni ó máa sọ pé òun ò mọ tí President Tinubu ti ṣe fún wa. Gbogbo wa là ń rí olóyè Ìgbòho 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 tá a rí yẹn tèmi náà fi láǹfààní àti wọnú ilé tí ó kù díẹ̀ kí wọ́n yọ ẹ̀mí wa sínú ilé yẹn torí in tó ń hun àwọn ẹ̀kan ni pé kẹ́mi wọn kó já sínú ilé náà. Kọ́lọ́n bá wa foríjì ẹ̀gbọ́n wa Alhaji Fatai àti brọ́dà mi dáadáa Àdògán, ọkùnrin mẹ́ta ni. Àmọ́ adúpẹ́ fún ẹ̀mí tó ṣì ń bẹ. Wọ́n dẹ̀ ní ẹ̀mí tó bá dẹ̀ ṣì ń bẹ náà ìgbìyànjú náà ló máa ṣe. So ìgbìyànjú tí a ṣì ń tẹ̀síwájú tí a fi ń dúpẹ́ fún President Bola Ahmed Tinubu. Òun lèmi náà fi lè láǹfààní àti wá sísàlẹ̀ tí kò ń ṣe pé a kọ̀ wà lókè òkun, ta kọ̀ wá ń pariwo, ta wà lórí òkòkun, tá à ń sọ pé a máa gba ìlú wa tí a dẹ̀ gbé àwọn ìgbésẹ̀ tó jẹ́ ká gbé. Ọ̀pọ̀lọpọ̀ ìgbésẹ̀ láti gbé, àmọ́ níbi kan ṣe ń lọ lọ́wọ́lọ́wọ́ nínú Nàìjíríà tí a bá lọ díjú wa pẹ́rẹ́ àwọn ẹ̀yà tó kù wá yí wa mọ́lẹ̀. Àwa máa wá béèrè lọ́wọ́ ara wa pé báwo la ṣe ṣe, kí la fi rò ó bẹ́ẹ̀ tí a fi àyè sílẹ̀ káwọn ẹ̀yà tó kù táwọn náà ń du ipò presidency ní 2027 kó yí wa mọ́lẹ̀. Ìyẹn ni àwa kan ṣe fi ìtàn pè ní ọgbọ́n àti òye láti fi ṣiṣẹ́ náà. Kò ń ṣe pé President Tinubu ni ó mú Nàìjíríà lólùú mọ́lẹ̀. President Tinubu náà wọlé láti wá ṣe ìwọ̀nba táwọn náà bá lè ṣe ni. Àfi kí ọba Elédùmarè kó jẹ́ kí bàbá náà rí ṣe. Nítorí pé àníyàn táwọn kan ní ni pé tó bá rí ṣe àtún try ẹlòmíì. Àwọn wo lẹ fẹ́ try? Tá bá ní ká wo kátígórì ibi tí Nàìjíríà délé ní. Ẹ̀yà méjì tó kù táwọn náà fẹ́ gbìyànjú láti gba ipò yẹn lọ́wọ́ bàbá Tinubu. Àwọn náà fẹ́ lo ipò yẹn fún àǹfààní ara wọn ni. Ìyẹn náà la ṣe ń sọ fún President Bola Ahmed Tinubu pé gbogbo ìgbà kí ìgbà kó máa rántí ilẹ̀ Yorùbá o, kó máa rántí southwest of Nigeria. Nítorí pé southwest of Nigeria is the backbone of Nigeria. Tá bá ń pariwo Nigeria, 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 Nigeria lénìí, it is the southwest. Please share the program. What we want. And what we want, we might not have got everything. It is very easy to criticize. It is very easy not to act. It is very also easy to play stupidity and allow things to slip away from you. And I want to play that part of stupidity because of what we want. Because already, the reason why tí ẹ fi ń láǹfààní àti rí gbogbo àwa tí a fi ń wọlé sí ọ̀dọ̀ olóyè tá ń jáde àti àǹfààní tèmi náà rí lénìí is because the tension has reduced drastically. especially from what we have been able to achieve and also what we are still going to achieve moving forward. So if we sit down and criticize, it is normal to criticize any government that is not working. It is your right as a citizen to question and demand for a better governance. It is also your right as a citizen to demand that your health, your education, your security, and the economy works for you. But there are also some agenda that some people are playing against the government, especially because power that is currently in the Southwest has been uncomfortable for them, has been something that they are not pleased with. If not, the first evidence is, Kini ole fa coup? Why are we bringing up a coup in a country where we are already in democracy? And even if the democracy is not perfect, why is a coup tried to be triggered last year to unseat a sitting democratic government? Whether that government is working, whether the government is perfect, whether the government is not fulfilling their manifesto agenda that was presented to Nigerians during their campaign. But you have no right to unseat that government using a military coup. And we know now that those that planned the coup, they are from the northern part of Nigeria. It's not that because we hate the northern part of Nigeria. It's not because we don't want to align with the northern part of Nigeria. But the question is, why was there no military coup in the previous administration to unseat that government? Because that government also was not perfect. That government also created a lot of problems that this current administration is also trying to unravel and solve. So why then did we not, in the first tenure of the previous administration, did a coup not attempted? I want us to think about that. Mo fẹ́ kí ọmọ Yorùbá kọ́kọ́ ronú sí yẹn, whether you are against, for, or hate like the current administration. The question is, if the democracy is not perfect, if you don't believe in the government, you have every right to go back and then vote in the next election and unseat the government. But there would also be some people that will come back and say, whether you want to unseat the government, we want the government to come back. In democracy. And like I said, it is not perfect in Africa, and don't expect it to be perfect, because the democracy that we are practicing in Africa is a different democracy that is being practiced in Europe. So the fact that, I think I can turn Wi-Fi here so that maybe this one should pair with it, because I think the MTN is a little bit better. Even though we was some advert at Sokoda and ni wọ́n gbádùn díẹ̀, because àwọn tó kù ó dà pé it's like, you know, roller coaster ni lálẹ́. So let's say if, you know, I now see the reason why my staff are always struggling when they are having a live program in their, you know, location, wherever they are. So let's hope, you know, we can have something better, because people are saying I want a bonko koninu YouTube. So let me know in the YouTube comment section if my audio is back for now. So if the audio is back, please let me know in the YouTube. Once again, it's a very tough one. And these are the things that, if you want to drive the economy of Southwest, if you want the Southwest to continue to develop, if you want the Southwest to be where you want it to be, if you want the Southwest of Nigeria to work for every citizen, then a lot of work needs to be done. One of the work is this: in the 21st century, in 2026, we must have adequate supply of everything in large scale. Because imagine tí bá fẹ́ wá run hotel níbí báyìí nísìn ní Ọ̀yọ́ state, and I don't have adequate internet to supply my client, my guest. If I don't have internet to run an office, if I don't have internet, if I don't have water. So the problems are just too many that needs a lot of innovation. And this is where the citizens must be given the privilege to access adequate, benefit. And the first benefit, let me know in the comment section, especially in YouTube, if my audio is back. But the first thing in any country that if you want to drive that economy is your people must be educated. Educated, you might as well give up on that country. The reason why the Japan, South Korea are doing extremely very well and India is because education is prioritized. One more education, nigbaya. Education won ṣe nǹkan kékeré mo kí gbogbo ẹ̀yin tẹ́ ń kí wa tẹ́tí ń darapọ̀ mọ́ wa. Please share the program and also invite others to join. So, let me quickly read what I have put together because, like I said, 5 years ago was when I was privileged. It might be I'm wearing the glasses and I'm taking it off. 5 years ago was when I was privileged to have been able to go back into Igbowo's house. 5 years ago. I believe it will be 6 years. January 2021 was the last time we were there preparing for, a lot of activities towards our right to self-determination that is not a crime. But let's now fast forward, because the question everybody is asking is, why keep President Tinubu kilo. That 5 years ago was a very tense place in Nigeria for us, especially myself as the spokesman for Igbowo was a very tough one for Professor Adebanji Akintoye. Eshegoni, one of the audio is good now. Muti switch ni was a very tough one for Chief Sunday Igbowo. Was a very tough one for Kogbodoku, Shola, and many people, Iyajagun, àwọn tó wà nílé, àwọn media as well, and a lot of Yoruba people that align with what Baba Akintoye put together as our right to self-determination. Is an inalienable right. But that right is not something that you are going to be given like you are buying something in the market. Regardless of whether, even if it is in the Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria that you want to exit Nigeria, there are processes that has to be put in place. There are measures, there are things that you must do to enable you to be able to trigger that referendum clause inside the Constitution. But since the Constitution doesn't have that, what we have done is been able to present it to many Yoruba people that this is what is the way forward. But many Yoruba people also told us that that is not the way forward yet. The way forward is some other areas. So now, moving forward, ka fast track síwájú, mo kí àwọn team wa lẹ́ẹ̀kan sí, we all need to be in bed very soon. And that's why the broadcast will end about 11 p.m. So it's not going to be a long one. Now, let's move forward and ask ourselves, has there been any changes since the administration of President Bola Ahmed Tinubu to the Yoruba cause of the southwest of Nigeria, to the development, the security, the healthcare, and the economy at large? Is everything at 100%? I will definitely be telling you lies. Tí bá sọ fún yín lálẹ́ pé gbogbo ẹ̀ ti wà perfect, Nigeria tí mo dé, everything ti dá, that means I am still deceiving you. But the fact that we don't want to deceive you is that what should we focus our energy in? Should we just continue to be screaming, shouting, rally, putting letters to different countries that are not even ready to allow the dissolution of Nigeria as some of us want? Or should we sit back and then allow the 2027 election to slip away out of the southwest, which is the, according to the rotation of the rotational of the presidency, Southwest gangan ló ṣì ní election ló ṣì ní the kí ni mo fẹ́ sọ, where it is still positioned. But ní North, there is still somebody that is saying, no. I have the right to also bring it back to the North. Kò tẹ̀ fẹ́ gbà nínú party ẹ̀, ó fẹ́ make sure pé ó take a position yẹn. Because àwọn North ti lò 8 years tí wọ́n, kò sẹ́ni tó bá wọn dù nígbà tí wọ́n ń ṣe. Why tó wá di pé election mi fẹ́ dé nísìn, àwọn North tí wọ́n sọ pé àwọn ṣì ló kàn. Well, that would then mean that gbogbo wa máa jáde láti wá sọ tí a lè sọ. Àbọ̀rọ̀ wọ̀nyí nísìn. But at the end of the day, whether we like it or not, the Yoruba people must now sit back and ask the question, do we really still want continuity? Or do we want something that will interrupt, us out of this presidency tí a ṣì ní lọ́wọ́lọ́wọ́ tó jẹ́ President Tinubu, that is from the Southwest, which is also the right of the Southwest to continue being the president as 8 years. But àwọn kan ní no, President Tinubu has failed. The election must be now taken away from him. It is your fundamental right to do so. But fáwa tí a wà ní Southwest, tá bá ní ká rò dáadáa, what do you think? What do you think is the way forward? Should we give the power back to the North because of our sentiment pé a fẹ́ kí power wà ní Southwest? Remember, the North were able to complete their 8 years tenure without any interruption by the Southwest. Because nígbà tí wọ́n campaign for second term Buhari, somebody in the Southwest could have said, no, nígbà, a máa make sure pé not to lo 8 years wọ́n tán. So the political term of election is almost coming. And ẹ máa gbọ́ different narratives, analysis, different people will say different things. But the question is, should the Southwest continue with presidency? And I say 4 + 4 is equals to 8. Jagaban must be allowed to continue his candidate and become the president as a second term president, not as a first term. President Bola Ahmed Tinubu must be given the same opportunity that was given to the late Muhammadu Buhari that did his 8 years tenure to complete as well. Don't ask the question about what would happen after 2031. Let's deal with the short term and then ask that after. Because tabanika ma deal pẹ̀lú 2031 and we allow presidency to slip away from us, the Southwest. Look, some of us will not suffer in the long term. We might. But in the short term, we will be able to manage around it. But gbogbo tí President Tinubu fẹ́ ṣe, whether he has done everything he wants to do, whether he has not done it, everything that he has planned for the Southwest would automatically be dissolved if he loses the election. That I want us to remember. Àtẹni tó fẹ́ restructure, àtẹni tó fẹ́ country tiẹ̀, àtẹni tó kàn fẹ́ kí òun máa tẹ̀rí jẹ kóun dẹ̀ rí mu, it will now become a different thing entirely. So I hope Yoruba people à ń ronú jinlẹ̀ dáadáa tí a fi sentiment níbi tọ́rọ̀ dé. Táwa tá tẹ̀ gbé campaign dissolution dání is a different thing. Ẹ̀yin tí ẹ̀ tẹ̀ gbé yẹn dání tó yẹ pé you don't know what you want, you better think the long term. As far as I am concerned, I am talking about myself. This is my personal opinion. This is my personal views. There is no other candidate that can do better with the structure of Nigeria today. tó lè handle gbogbo problem tí a ti rí, especially from the north, to support us in the southwest. I don't think so. I don't think Atiku agenda will be able to help us. It's a fact. I don't think Peter Obi agenda or manifesto will help us in the southwest. I don't believe that. I don't think so. And that is the reason why I will put my face out and put myself in the front to make sure that we will put every information that is relevant. I am not talking about, the sentiment of some part of Nigeria. I am not talking about those that are against this current administration. I am not talking about those that we have been campaigning for right to self-determination. I am talking about the fact that presidency as Nigeria has not yet been dissolved, as Nigeria has not yet come into dissolution based on the fraudulent amalgamation. We will continue with President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, God's willing, inshallah, láṣẹ Èdùmàrè, lórúkọ Jésù Kristi. 4 + 4 = 8. I am not here to campaign to you. I am here to tell you that the current situation of Nigeria as it stands today, with what we have been seeing, especially with the insecurity that is the paramount for the Southwest, a lè afford kẹ́ni kankan tó wá da ìrìn àjò Southwest security rú fún wa. It is not perfect yet, and it is not yet in a full working mode. But the best candidate that can be of the good influence that we can lobby with, that we can talk to using our traditional institution as we have been able to use it. Because when people are coming up and say, kí lẹ̀yin President Tinubu fún, but we are able to use Baba wa Ládọjà to plead to President Tinubu to free Igboho. And today, we are all enjoying Igboho one way or the other. Whether you enjoy it or not, at least Iru Ekun has been able to prove that Okajwe. And as I speak to us tonight, I can categorically tell you that the numbers also for 80,000, we have already surpassed that number. 80,000 volunteers of Yoruba people that believe and trust Iru Ekun. Oloye has not given anybody money. Iru Ekun is a free to register. Nobody has been given authority. And I've spoken to Chief again today. And I'm saying it as a spokesman. Oloyo authorize anybody, including Koikimedia, Kogbowo, Lowo, anybody behind the scene, inside the scene, lórí ọ̀rọ̀ ẹkùn, anybody nínú gbogbo àwa tí à ń tẹ̀lé Ìgbòho, especially the medias, tó bá náà ń fẹ́ gbowó lórí Ìrù Ẹkùn, then ó ti di fraud. Gbogbo ẹni mo fi ń sọ, I have spoken to Ìgbòho. I've been with him for many hours, and I will still be with him tomorrow. And he has told me categorically that I won't authorize anybody kó gbowó lórí ọ̀rọ̀ Ìrù Ẹkùn, because I don't want a situation where people are calling Igboho's house. We kó wá ṣe account. Báwo lẹ ṣe náwó yẹn? Torí èmi ò mọ owó tí a fi dá fún Igboho. Because Igboho told me when I was with him, pé wọ́n kàn máa rẹpo sí mọ́tò tó bá ń jáde lọ lọ́la nísìn. We're talking about nothing less than 3 million to 4. So please, let's take note of that particular part. Ìrù Ẹkùn is free to join. Ìrù Ẹkùn is not for you to pay to join. I am not one of the members of the admin, the management. One now wọ́n tó jẹ́ management. I am not just the media for Igboho with my platform, and I've given him that platform. I've surrendered Koikimedia for him as a spokesman and for the Yoruba people, for the cause. And likewise, moving forward, I will be using my platform to campaign for President Bola Ahmed Tinubu. This platform will be used just as we have used it to campaign for Yoruba Nation, that we still believe in it, And we owe it to every Yoruba sons and daughters to accept that moving forward to 2027 for continuity's sake, so that nobody will come and disorganize what Igboho is doing presently with Iruekun, what President Bola Ahmed Tinubu is trying to do with state police, what he's trying to do to move the economy forward, whether it is perfect or not. We will be using Koikimedia to help him towards 2027. And my staff have all been briefed. They have the right to walk out if they are not going to do that. It is not compulsory for them to stay with us. But as a CEO, gẹ́gẹ́ bí àṣẹ tí CEO ti pa, gẹ́gẹ́ bí ohun tí ìyá tó bí mi fi sílẹ̀ kó tó kú, we will use our platform to make sure that President Bola Ahmed Tinubu will return back in 2027. We will campaign for him from every Yoruba state to state when the campaign trail is open. Just as we did for Yoruba Nation, that our life was put at stake, that a lot of things went wrong, but we are still grateful to Professor Adebanji Akintoye. I, OLAYOMI KOIKI, will use my platform to make sure that President Bola Ahmed Tinubu return back to seat. When he return back to seat, we will then ask a lot of questions that will be in favor for Yoruba people. Already, a lot of things have been put in front of him. A lot of things that sacrifice, and we are grateful for Yoruba people home and in the diaspora. Tabanika madaruko ile mashuni bibai. Tabanika makbe gbogbo organization ile mashuni bibai. I am speaking on behalf of myself. Kò sẹ́ni kankan tó mú mi wọ Yoruba Nation. Kò sẹ́ni kankan tó wá kanlẹ̀kùn mi pé kó wá farabalẹ̀ wá join Yoruba Nation. I decided to put my life, my money, my platform for that purpose. But as we have been able to watch in the last 5 years, pé àmọ́ táwọn Fúlàní fẹ́ fi wá ṣe, àmọ́ tó fẹ́ fi wá dá lára, àmọ́ ìgbésẹ̀ tó fẹ́ gbé nígbà tí wọ́n ṣe primaries pé kí President Tinubu má bàa débẹ̀. But because in Tagbedani, we looked away. But this time around, we are not going to do that. We are not going to be sentimental and please the people that wants us to please them so that keep President Tinubu lose election. I will make sure that my platform will be left open for the campaign trail for President Bola Ahmed Tinubu in the southwest of Nigeria, don't be Yoruba land, because it's a Yoruba land. And we will do that. I have a strong team. I will put the map for them. I will draw the strategy that President Bola Ahmed Tinubu must return back to power. I have lived in the UK for 30 years. And I know what it means when you want to campaign. I have witnessed a lot of election in the United Kingdom. The Africa is a different terrain. We have never campaigned for such. But this time around, we will be doing that. All right, that's fine. I'll come later. Okay. So let us remember that any tó bá fẹ́ wà labroad, don't condemn President Bola Ahmed Tinubu. I am not here to beg you. But lè má condemn President Tinubu, Kemanyoloye Igboho. You are telling lies to yourself. That's number one. And I'll give it a reason for that. Gbogbo wa la rí Igboho tó bá dọ̀la nísìn. Igboho ṣá, Iruekun, Irumole, Igboho, Igbaga, Igbogo. But at the end of the day, ẹ wá ń bínú sí President Bola Ahmed Tinubu. Báwo ni yẹn ṣe fẹ́ work? That means pé nífẹ̀ẹ́ olóyè nìyẹn, irọ́ lẹ́ ń pa. And we don't have to come and beg anybody to nífẹ̀ẹ́ olóyè because àwọn Irúmọlẹ̀, àwọn tó nílẹ̀ Yorùbá, wọ́n yọ́nú sí Ìgbòho. Wọ́n dẹ̀ yọ́nú sí tọkàntọkàn. So tí ọmọ Yorùbá kan bá wá sọ pé òun ò fẹ́ kí President Tinubu di president in Nigeria in 2027, you must as well condemn Igboho now to his face. Kẹ́ jáde kẹ́ condemn ẹ̀. Ẹ jáde tó kẹ́ kúkú sọ pé Igboho tó ń ṣe yẹn nífẹ̀ẹ́ sí. A lè mọ̀ pé ọmọ Yorùbá àtàtà lẹ́yìn jẹ́. Because why must you love Igboho and hate President Bola Ahmed Tinubu? And we know that the genesis of Igboho back to Nigeria today could do President Tinubu lọ. I am not saying President Tinubu is a perfect man. He has a lot of flaws. But we can make sure that we use him to achieve our aims and objectives. A lè máa pariwo Yoruba Nation lórí social media nìkan. We must now re-strategize. We must now sit back. We must now be able to go back to our state and question our representatives for our interest base. But if we put that in the front, Yoruba Nation la fẹ́ gbé síwájú, President Tinubu is not going to listen to you. Because as far as this is concerned, Nigeria is still his top priority. Whether he can fix Nigeria, he is the one that is knowing. Because Nigeria is a big place. And we know that Nigeria that he wants to fix, what fẹ́ da ìrìn àjò yẹn mọ́ President Bola Tinubu, ẹ bá mi pín ètò yìí. Wọ́n fẹ́ make sure pé President Bola Ahmed Tinubu kò ṣe àṣeyọrí nínú Nigeria tí President Tinubu fẹ́ fix. So nígbà tí wọ́n bá fẹ́ jẹ́ kí President Tinubu ṣe àṣeyọrí nínú Nigeria, báwo lẹ́yìn ṣe wá rò pé ó máa jẹ́ kó ṣe àṣeyọrí nílẹ̀ Yorùbá tó jẹ́ Southwest? Ẹni tó fẹ́ gbé ní ìlú òyìnbó forever is fine with you. Èmi ò fẹ́ gbé ní ìlú òyìnbó forever. I want to return back home, and I want to return back home as quickly as possible. I have lived enough in the UK. Kò sí nǹkan tó wà ní UK. Ẹni tó bá fẹ́ lọ, mo sọ fún yín, ẹ ní right láti travel kẹ́ lọ, ẹ lè jápa. Because Nigeria ò gbádùn. Nigeria ò ṣiṣẹ́. Mo dé bank lẹ́nìí. Transaction tí mo fẹ́ lọ ṣe kò tó 100,000 naira. Àwọn tí mi tajọ lọ, a jáde padà ní àríṣe. Ẹ mọ̀ why? Wọ́n lè pull BVN mi. Wọ́n dẹ̀ lè pull kí ló ń pè? Kí ni nǹkan tó tún náà wọ́n lè ṣe? International ID ní 21st century within the first bank of Nigeria. Kíyàn kọ́ wọlé, kíyàn fẹ́ gba transaction kò tó 80,000 naira. So how do we want to move forward like that? So a lot of things, I am not saying that it is like that every day, but it's a witness lady nìyẹn. Whereas also, mo rí pé nígbà tá ń bọ̀, wọ́n dá mọ́tò wa dúró, mo tẹ̀ sọ fọ́lóyè ní Ìbàdàn expressway. Àwọn ṣe last man làwọn yẹn àbí? Road safety. They are doing their job. Wọ́n ní kẹ́ni yẹn jáde, kó mú driver license jáde, kó mú gbogbo documentation. I am not going to be sitting there and say, ẹ má gbà, torí pé ó jẹ́ spokesman Igboho. Because I live inside a civilized society. Bọ́lọ́pàá bá dá mi náà dúró ní UK, ó gbọ́dọ̀ make sure pé ó ní purpose and reason tó fi dá mi dúró. And eventually, one of them cited my face. Èmi ò tẹ́ mọ̀ pé mo popular bẹ́yẹn. Pé náà, arákùnrin ìjọ Koikimedia, mo ní bẹ́ẹ̀ ni. Ó ní ẹ bá mi kí olóyè Igboho. After tó ti check license o, tó ti check àwọn nǹkan tó yẹ kó check, wọ́n dẹ̀ ní ká máa lọ. So we want a society that works. I want to live in a society that works for you, that works for me. Is Nigeria in that stage yet? No. Is that the reason why we are supporting President Tinubu? No. The agenda of the North kò gbọdọ̀ ṣẹlẹ̀ President Bola Tinubu lórí. That is the reason why. Ní jókòó síbí báyìí kí agenda wọn àtàwọn ẹ̀yà kejì kọ́ wá fi ṣe pé torí ẹ̀. So ó bá àwọn ọmọ Yorùbá tó fẹ́ dìbò ní 2027 any right láti má dìbò. Kò ń ṣe mí ni máa ní kí President Tinubu má wọlé. A campaign fún, àdúró tì lẹ́yìn. President Tinubu ló mọ bóun ṣe wọlé tó fi sọ pé èmi ló kàn. Ìyẹn làwa náà ṣe ń sọ pé irú ẹkùn àwa ló kàn. Bọ̀ ṣé tí ẹ̀yà mi bá wọlé ṣé ọ̀rọ̀ ìró ẹkùn yẹn ṣé ó sì máa lọ bẹ́ẹ̀ ẹ rò dáadáa o because ibi tí ìró ẹkùn dé lálẹ́ ẹ̀ Fúlàní gan mọ̀ pé nǹkan ti dé báwọn òkèkè lè máa rí ibi rest lára wọ̀ torí bẹ́ẹ̀ táìtì mi wá ṣe sẹ́yìn díẹ̀ àbúrò yé nísìn Fúlàní gan mọ̀ pé tó bá gbọ́ ìró ẹkùn pa wọ́n sádànù we are not saying it's a perfect yet ìró ẹkùn nìkan kọ́ ló jẹ́ security operatives tó ń bẹ nínú southwest alámọ̀tẹ́kùn a ní OPC new era a ní OPC ti Gani Adams a ní vigilante groups a ní farmers hunters a ní forest guards gbogbo wọn ló need a lot of resources by now kí la go wí nísìn aago 11 ó yẹ ká check láwọn kan tó yẹ pé night duty ló máa ṣe iṣẹ́ òní kan máa ṣe kó máa patrol gbogbo high road wa highway wa ṣá highway la máa ń pè kó máa lọ kó gun ọ̀kadà yẹn gbùrù kó gbé mọ́tò kó tó padà kí so that káwọn èèyàn lè gbégbé ayé tó dáa kí ìbẹ̀rù kó lè wà a little bit relieved so there's still a lot of work for Southwest to develop a lot of work for Southwest to develop. Ẹ ṣé gan ni ẹ̀yin tẹ́ ń comment Mr. Maverick, thank you so much. I can read the comment. So let me now read quickly. Torí like I said, it's almost 11 o'clock and mo fẹ́ wọ bed kí lè ní enough strength. Tá máa lọ fi ṣiṣẹ́ lọ́la. Mo kí gbogbo ẹ̀yin tí ẹ ti darapọ̀ mọ́ wa. I'm sure some of you have seen my statement out already, but I'm reading it out again tonight, and I'll also be doing it separately. Bialola abilotunla mo kente wa lórí TikTok. Ọba tó nílẹ̀ Yorùbá kò ní jẹ́ kó bàjẹ́ lórí ti President Tinubu. Look, ebi ń pa àwọn èèyàn. I am aware of that. Ìyà ń jẹ àwọn èèyàn. I know that. Healthcare system is zero. I know that. Economy is not perfect. I know that. But gbọ́dọ̀ fún northern part of Nigeria kó wá damage in ti President Tinubu ń try láti tò. It's as simple as that. Àbúrò yẹn nísìn. I want to meet Sunday Igboho. Ọlọ́run àjẹkẹ́ lè meet ẹ̀. You cannot come and be flooding òfìrà gas. Ṣé mi ni máa ta gáàsì fún ẹ? Ṣé ilé-iṣẹ́ gáàsì lèmi? Má wàá fi yẹn sí orí platform wa. Sorry about that. So mo kẹ́yìn yan wa. So let's read quickly my statement of appreciation. We know their penny. We know their plan. Gbogbo ẹ̀yin tẹ́ wà ní ìlú Ìbàdàn ni mo kí. Ìyà tó ń bẹ nínú Nàìjíríà àti ní Southwest kò ń ṣe kékeré. The poverty level is high. Èmi ti jẹ rice. Olóyè tí ní kó gbóúnjẹ gidi wá fún mi níbi tí mo dé sí. Oúnjẹ gidi ni. Mo ti jàmàlà tó dá nínú ilé olóyè. Mo kí olórí. Mo kí ìyá dáadáa. Ìyá kí ni ìyá dáadáa. Ìyá olóyè mo kí dáadáa. Kọ́lọ́n bá wà pẹ̀lú wọn. Àwọn méjèèjì mo wá kí gbogbo àwọn ọmọ wọn. And I've told Igboho I will stand with him. Ibi tó bá ń lọ ni máa bá tò sí. 4 plus 4 is equals to 8. It's as simple as that. Kò sí àní lè nẹ́fẹ́ Igboho kẹwàá ní ẹ̀fẹ́ Tinubu kò possible. Àbòsí là ń ṣe yẹn. Mo kí ìlànà Amẹ́ríkà fún oore tẹ́ ṣe fún wa. Mo dúpẹ́. Gbogbo ẹ̀yin tí ẹ fi ràn lé iṣẹ́ wa lọ́wọ́ kò ń ṣowó ìró ẹkùn ẹ gbọ́ mi dáadáa o. Gbogbo ẹ̀yin tí ẹ fi ràn ilé iṣẹ́ yìí lọ́wọ́ owó là ń ná. Àwọn kan wà tó yẹ pé tó bá ti di gàràǹgídá a máa ń pè yín lẹ́yìn ní emergency. One of them was yesterday ìlànà US. I had to call them. A máa kó àwọn staff jáde. Owó la fẹ́ ná. Lóòótọ́ olóyè ti ṣe wọ̀nba tó yẹ ó lè ṣe. In tó wà lọ́rùn olóyè pọ̀ ju kí máa tún ní kó lóyè mú wá fún mi. Ìyẹn la ṣe ń sọ fẹ́yìn tí ẹ jẹ́ tiwa náà pé ẹ ràn àwa náà lọ́wọ́ níwọ̀nba tí a máa fi àwọn ọmọ ta kó sínú yàrá nísìn 7 ni wọ́n. There are 7 of them. 7 staff ló tẹ̀lé mi jáde. Ó yẹ kó jù bẹ́ẹ̀ lọ náà tẹ̀ máa 8 because kìnìún náà máa èyí tó ń wa drone máa tẹ̀lé wa lọ́la. Ó jẹ́ 8. Wọ́n squeeze ara wọn sínú mọ́tò ni. Bá ṣe máa dé Ọ̀ṣun lọ́la nísìn mo ti understand it. So ẹni tó bá ní assistant tẹ́lẹ̀ fi ràn wá lọ́wọ́ ẹ fún wa ní support yẹn. ẹ kò lè máa já tó bá dọ̀la nísìn gbogbo máa jókòó sórí Facebook wa ẹ bá wo Koikimedia pẹ̀lú Ìgbòho bọ̀ ẹ fẹ́ràn Tinubu bọ̀ Tinubu ló jẹ́ kí Ìgbòho máa rìn freely nínú Nàìjíríà lénìí kókó I mean it doesn't add up sẹni tọ́lọ́run bá bùkún fún kò tí tó kéré a máa rẹpo sí mọ́tò wọn ibùdó ìbò mọ̀ pé olóyè máa rà lọ́la but at least táwa bá ṣàn padà sí ibi tá a ti wá a gbọ́dọ̀ rẹpo sí account details lọ́ọ́ ti bá wa fi síta yẹn ká tó ka statement of appreciation yẹn kan péré pé ṣá máa ṣe phone calling mo ní strength lálẹ́ ẹ má bínú I would love to but I don't have the strength eléyìí tá à ń ṣe gan nísìn kí ká má ba tí wọ̀lú Ìbàdàn láti kí àwọn ọba nítorí àwọn ọba gbọ́dọ̀ mọ̀ pé mo wọ Ìbàdàn mo kí àwọn wọ́n gbọ́dọ̀ mọ̀ pé mo wọ Ọ̀yọ́ mo kí wọn so gbogbo ẹ̀yin tí Ọlọ́run bá bùkún fún ẹni tó bá nídìí details wa Azeez kìíní ẹ̀ mo rí gbà Adé bank wọn náà wọn rí BVN mi wọn ní gbogbo system ti kú wọn rí passport àbí kí lọ́tẹ̀ tún ID mi so n tó fi ránṣẹ́ àrígbà ó dẹ́ kó wúlò fún wa àwọn èèyàn la kó sínú yàrá nísìn tó ń sùn sínú yàrá nísìn ọba $2 nísìn wọ́n gbọ́dọ̀ jẹ àkàrà kí ló máa ń tà lọ́nà tá a bá ń lọ sọ àkàrà oṣù agbọ́dọ̀ rà yẹn nísìn tá a bá máa ká tó dọ̀ṣù so mo kẹ́yìn yan wa so ẹ lè sọ pé ẹ ń fẹ́ràn Ìgbòho ẹ wá náà ẹ fẹ́ràn bàbá Tinubu ọ̀rọ̀ yẹn ó kù díẹ̀ káàtó fáwọn ọmọ Yorùbá nọ́mbà tẹ máa fi pèsè mo fi ń ṣe TikTok ni ẹ mọ̀ pé kò ń ṣe laptop ni mò ń lò so tá a bá ní kẹ́ pè àwọn tó wà lórí TikTok a fi yọ wọ́n kúrò nìyẹn ẹ má bínú fún alẹ́ yìí ni tí bá padà dẹ́kọ̀ à ṣe phone calling tẹ máa pè wọlé so mo kí gbogbo ẹ̀yin wa ẹ má bínú lálẹ́ pé àní lè pè wọlé bọ̀ bí a ti bá ṣe program tán ẹni tó bá fẹ́ rí mi bá sọ̀rọ̀ bẹ́ẹ̀ ni 4+4 no going back ni ìyẹn ọ̀dá Yorùbá Nation dúró Yorùbá Nation àti mọ́nú kúlà ó ń tutù bọ̀ lórí pé ẹ máa yọ Tinubu kúrò ní ìjọba ok ó dá iṣẹ́ gan ni ẹ kú làákàyè so àwọn bandit tẹ̀ ní àwọn agbésùmọ̀mí so in tó bá wọn ni kí wọ́n ṣe ìwọ náà lè campaign fún Peter Obi o lè campaign fún Àtìkù bọ̀ èmi o àti Ìgbòho ṣá àtàwọn tá a gbà fún Ìgbòho àwa sábẹ́ ẹ̀ àwa máa campaign fún Tinubu o kẹ́yà gbọ́ wa dáadáa a máa lo platform yìí Koikimedia a máa fi campaign fún Tinubu kò sí nǹkan kan tó máa ṣẹlẹ̀ a máa campaign fún gidi kọ́lọ́n kó ṣọ́ wa dìgbà yẹn. Now let's go forward and read the statement and end the broadcast so that tó bá máa fi di ọ̀la ẹ máa pàdé wa ní orí live ní Ọ̀ṣun ẹni tó bá dẹ̀ ní orí tó fẹ́ fún wa ẹ pè wá kẹ́ send ẹ̀ sí wa àkáǹtì wa àti fi síta ẹni tó bá need ẹ béèrè lọ́wọ́ wa ó wà lórí status wa gbogbo wa là ń fi síta ó wà lórí community kíní wa lórí YouTube mo kí gbogbo ẹ̀yin diaspora Ìgbòho ní máa kí dáadáa gbogbo ẹ̀yin tí ẹ fẹ́ kéèsì kan sí méjì kí olóyè bá yín yanjú ẹ̀ mò ń gbìyànjú láti bá yín put àwọn cases yín síwájú olóyè but as you always know olóyè is a very busy man and I cannot exhaust him too much with many problems. I know what he goes through every day. Mo kí ẹ brother mi Ọláṣẹ́ù aláǹfààní àtijọ́ ríra. So I am not here to force you to support Tinubu. Èmi ọmọ Ìjẹ̀bú Òde ẹ mọ̀ páwa and lọ back and forth èmi sì ní last man standing. Yoruba Nation ó wà níbi tá a gbé sí but a ní jókòó kí tálùbọ́ kò wọ̀ mo kí yan Ọláṣẹ́ù kò ní bàjẹ́ fún yín láéláé gbogbo ìfẹ́ tí ẹ ní sí èmi àti ilẹ̀ Yorùbá Ọlọ́run á bá mi nífẹ̀ẹ́ gbogbo yín gbogbo àwọn ọmọ Yorùbá pátá ni mo nífẹ̀ẹ́. I am only doing my own little I can. And like I said, I would stop from not mo fẹ́ wo òyìnbó tí mo fẹ́ lò Ọlọ́run jẹ́ ká rí àṣìṣe pé torí àwa fẹ́ Yorùbá Nation àwa máa ṣìṣe àwa ní ẹ Tinubu kò àtúnwá jáde ẹ má lọ dìbò irọ́ o a sọ yẹn tẹ́lẹ̀ o nígbà tá a rò pé President Tinubu ó ti di president nísìn pé kò necessary but nísìn àìrọ́ o mo ráwọn èèyàn wa tó wá sọ́dọ̀ olóyè tí gbogbo wọn fine tó wọṣọ ìró ẹkùn tí mo dẹ̀ kí brother mi Killer kọ́lọ́n bá wa pẹ̀lú kílà gbogbo àwọn tó jẹ́ logistics olóyè has a lot of logistics to work with kódà títí kan ẹni tó ń ṣí gate ọ̀tẹ̀fẹ̀ ṣí gate fún mi rọ́mọ pa alága mo kí ẹ dáadáa mo ti jẹ gbèsè lọ́wọ́ yẹn báyìí nísìnyí mo gbọ́dọ̀ fún lówó lọ́la ẹ fún wa lọ́wọ́ ẹjọ́ ká lè rówó lò lọ́la a máa fọgbọ́n àtòyè ṣe mo ò ní kó má campaign fún Peter Obi mo ní kó má campaign fátikù bọ́ èmi ò ń ṣọmọ àlè Yorùbá o èmi ò rẹ̀ ń ṣàwọn tó jókòó sí òkè òkun tọkàn ń sọ pé látòkè òkun gbogbo ìgbà kí ìgbà làwa máa láǹfààní láti wá sílé láti wá sọ̀rọ̀ mo dẹ̀ kí gbogbo àwọn ẹlẹ́ṣọ́ ààbò ẹ má bínú kí ní ẹ̀tí tuntun lọ́ọ̀ mo mọ̀ pé ti sọ fún mi ẹ má bínú tó wà lórí yìí pọ̀ ni orí yìí gan ṣiṣẹ́ bíi mo kí látèkìtì mo kí gbogbo àwọn tíìmù wa so ẹjọ́ so màá sọ account number mi later tẹ máa fi ràn wá lọ́wọ́ but bí mo ṣe sọ ẹ jẹ́ ká ka statement of appreciation. Statement of appreciation, gratitude, and continued commitment to Yoruba cause. August 3rd, 2026. By OLAYOMI KOIKI, spokesman to Dr. Chief Sunday Adeyemo Igboho. With profound gratitude and deep sense of responsibility, I wish to express my sincere appreciation to Almighty God, to everyone who has stood firmly with us throughout the Yoruba Nation struggle. The journey has not been easy. It has been marked by sacrifices, uncertainty, perseverance, unwavering determination. However, despite the challenges we face, countless Yoruba sons and daughters at home and across the diaspora never abandon us. Your steadfast support has been a source of strength and encouragement throughout the years. First and foremost, I wish to express my heartfelt appreciation to President Bola Ahmed Tinubu for the role his administration played in the release of my principal, Dr. Chief Sunday Adeyemo Igboho. The release of Dr. Sunday Adeyemo brought renewed hope and relief to many Yoruba people who had prayed and worked tirelessly for justice and peace. I acknowledge this development with gratitude and believe it represents an important moment that helped reduce tension and create an opportunity for continued dialogue and peaceful engagement. For this, I sincerely appreciate Mr. President and those who contributed directly or indirectly to making this possible. I also wish to express my deepest appreciation to millions of Yoruba sons and daughters in diaspora and those residing across Nigeria who remain steadfast throughout the struggle. To our brothers and sisters in Europe, Canada, America, Asia, and Africa, and every other part of the world, your financial assistance, prayers, advocacy, peaceful campaigns, encouragement, and sacrifice kept the movement alive during some of its most difficult periods. Likewise, I appreciate every Yoruba sons and daughters at home who continue to stand courageously for the cause despite numerous challenges. Your unwavering support for Professor Adebanji Akintoye and Dr. Chief Sunday Adeyemo Igboho demonstrated your commitment to dignity, unity, and the future of Yoruba people. Every contribution, whether through advocacy, financial support, media engagement, peaceful mobilization, or prayers, help sustain our collective effort. As a spokesman to Dr. Chief Sunday Adeyemo Igboho, I also wish to explain why I, personally, believe it is important to support President Bola Ahmed Tinubu for a second term in office. These positions reflect my personal opinion and conviction based on what I believe will best serve the long-term interest of the Southwest and the Yoruba people. One of the reasons for my support is the role played by President Bola Ahmed Tinubu administration in the release of my principal, Dr. Chief Sunday Adeyemo Igboho. I remain grateful for this development and believed it marked an important step towards peaceful engagement. I also welcome the discussions and initiatives surrounding the establishment of state police across Nigeria. In my opinion, a properly constituted state police system has the potential to strengthen local security, improve intelligence gathering, and enable state government to respond more effectively to security challenges affecting their communities. I remain hopeful that this initiative will be fully implemented in accordance with the Constitution for the benefit of all Nigerians. Another important reason is the positive environment that has enabled my principal, Dr. Chief Sunday Adeyemo Igboho, to continue promoting the Iru Ekun Security Network, a community-based security initiative established to complement lawful efforts aimed at protecting lives and property across Yoruba land. I believe stronger collaboration among government institutions, traditional rulers, community security initiatives, and citizens will contribute significantly to improving security throughout the southwest of Nigeria. Beyond security, I believe continuity in leadership can help consolidate developmental projects, strengthening regional infrastructure, create more economic opportunities for young people, encourage investment, and support long-term growth across the southwest. In my personal assessment, these together with other initiatives undertaken by President Bola Ahmed Tinubu administration that I believe have benefited Yoruba land provide reasons why I support his continual leadership. I fully recognize and respect that Nigerians may hold different political opinions. My position is simply my own conviction, expressed in the spirit of constructive democratic participation and peaceful dialogue. Although significant progress has been made, the Yoruba struggle has not ended. Our commitment to advocating peacefully for the interest, dignity, welfare, security, and development of the Yoruba people remains unwavering. However, I must openly acknowledge that many of our efforts would not have been possible without the invaluable support, encouragement, and fatherly guidance of our revered traditional rulers. I wish to express my deepest appreciation to every Oba and traditional ruler across Yoruba land who welcomed us during our visit last year. Your Royal Majesty received us with open hearts, offered valuable counsel, prayed for us, encouraged us, and demonstrate genuine concern for the peace, unity, and the future of the Yoruba people. Your support gave us strength during difficult moments and reminded us that our traditional institutions remain the custodians of our heritage, unity, and identity. Without your prayers, wisdom, encouragement, and moral support, many aspects of our journey would have been far more difficult. We remain sincerely grateful for your hospitality, guidance, and confidence in us. As we continue this journey, I appeal to every Yoruba son and daughter, regardless of political affiliation, religious belief, or ideological differences, to remain united. Our greatest strength has always been our unity. Division only weakens us, delays progress, and distracts us from achieving our common aspirations. Let us continue to work together peacefully, respect our traditional institution, uphold democratic values, and build a future founded on justice, security, and prosperity, and mutual respect. To everyone who has stood with us throughout this journey, our supporters across the world, our leaders, our elders, our youth, our traditional rulers, and every friend of Yoruba cause, I say thank you. Your sacrifice, prayers, encouragement, unwavering commitment will forever remain part of the history of this movement. May Almighty God continue to bless the Yoruba people, preserve our traditional institution, grant wisdom to our leaders, and bless this Yoruba land. Ìṣọ̀kan ni agbára wa o. Unity is our strength. OLAYOMI KOIKI, spokesman to Dr. Chief Sunday Adeyemo Igboho. Thank you very much. and good night.